Hey guys, happy weekend. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching us from. And yes, we are live, your favorite YouTube channel, GC Matters with Roy. We get to learn, relearn, and unlearn from different aspects of life, different matters, different issues of life. Okay, before I continue, happy new month. Welcome to the second month in the year 2023. Oh my god, how time flies. Yeah, so today is another special edition, another episode on Say Matters with Roy. Last edition was a very wonderful one. It was interesting, it was impacting, and today is just a continuing of it. But then, before I continue, do you have anyone around you that you know could likely benefit from the conversation today? Maybe your friend, your colleague at work, whoever it is. Let them know that yes, we are live, and don't hesitate to share this video out with them. Let them connect with us. Let's also as well learn from each other. And today again, I am not alone. I have a wonderful special guest with me. I have this wonderful special guest with me who has always been there with us on the platform, sharing with us from their wealth of knowledge. And guys, I want you to join me in welcoming Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Bolaji. Thank you very much, Sai and Ma, for joining us again on the platform today. We really appreciate your time despite your busy schedule. So, Sai and Ma, sake of our viewers who do not know you, seeing you for the first time, kindly introduce yourself briefly. Tell us anything you would like us to know about you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate Ginseng's Matter for this opportunity. My name is Fola Balaji, and I have here my wife. We are both children of the Lord, growing in the Lord, and we live in the United States for now. And we are doing fine, and we are happy to be here to share with you, to discuss, and to have a gist. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that wonderful brief introduction, sir and ma. All right, guys, like I said, today is a special edition. It's a special episode in the sense that we are having a special topic. It's not a common discussion because the topic we are looking at today, as you can see from the flyer, is when the brother says no. How to handle this kind of marriage proposal rejection. So, you know, there are situations, the norm is that it's the brother who should go ahead to propose to the sister. But this time around, just like we had the last conversation, when the brother proposes to the sister and the sister says no, what should be the response of the brother? How should they manage it? But today is a special one because we have sisters who as well go ahead to propose to the brother. And of course, situation differs. So in this kind of situation, it's a rare one, but it happens. So when it happens, what should be the response of the sister in question? How should they feel? Last week when we had a discussion about the brothers were like, "Oh, it's a bad it's not a good situation. It's not a very good." Uh, but then this time around, so we are looking at it from the angle of the sisters who go ahead with the boldness, the confidence to propose to the brothers, and yet they get rejected. Okay, so guys, sit down, ensure you have a convenient position, maintain a good position, and let's enjoy the ride together. All right, sir and ma, would like to hear from
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the introduction to this discussion, and we thank God for the opportunity to share this because definitely we have passed that stage and we get to that stage anymore. That's the reason why it may be very easy and convenient to talk about it. And it's more like facing rejection. And actually, it's not a rejection, it's just a preference. But as children of God, somebody that is growing and that has a bright future ahead of him or her, some of these things has to be faced. None of us like rejection. When we are discussing about when a sister said no and things like that, I didn't have that opportunity. I didn't have that experience. I didn't experience it. In fact, I remember when during my secondary school day or my high school days, even from middle school days, I don't remember ever proposing to any lady like I want you to be my girlfriend because of the fear of rejection. Fear of rejection. I remember during my middle school, more like junior secondary school. I remember a boy that proposed to a lady in my class, and
I think you should
he
use
should
the word post because
toast.
those ones are
Okay,
actually not proposed
You know,
or
so
asked out.
okay, but some people started this kind of relationship
Yeah,
from secondary school and they
I
ended up
know,
marrying. But this
yeah.
other guy was in DSS2 and he toasted a lady, and the lady told her friends, like three of them together, and they are always making fun of that guy. And the guy was like, "Oh, I've pleaded with you, I've pleaded, I'm sorry." They just made him somebody else. I was like, what kind of nonsense is this? I would just see the lady saying, "Hey," they mentioned his name, "Come here, come here, come here." They just be ordering him around, and I was like, because toasted and things like that. But then I was actually very afraid of rejection, very
Hmm.
afraid. Maybe because of my background, maybe the environment, or maybe because of my nature. And it's normal for anybody to feel bad when it seems as if somebody is rejecting you. It may seem like that, but that may not be the actual situation. The person may not be rejecting you, but the person may be having a preference for another person or another lifestyle. We are human beings and we have God give us the willpower. We have our will. Individually, we have our will, we have what we desire. So many times we don't get our will, and so many times when we have the opportunity to control it, we can get what we want. So there are some situations like that around marriage, around relationship, that has to be about what do you think will give you joy for the rest of. If there is something that is casting a shadow of doubt on your mind about somebody, the next thing to do is to let the person know that though I like you, though I don't have any problem with you, but I'm not saying it. Maybe I may see it tomorrow, God knows. And if it doesn't happen, but as at this time, I'm not seeing you as somebody that I want to settle with. Probably the manner in which this was discussed also affects people. But one thing I always want everybody to know is we are in our own self. You are a unique person, I'm a unique person. And the fact is your uniqueness will determine what will later in the future. So if somebody is saying no to me, definitely it means that the person is not aligning with what God has in plan for my future. And that is okay because let me interpret it. There is a word in Yoruba that says that there is no there is that it's only God that does not have duplicate or something like that, that you can find another kind of person. I don't know how to
Yeah,
interpret it.
it's only God that doesn't have a duplicate.
That doesn't have a duplicate. So human being that can easily be replaced, easily be replaced. But it's only God that cannot be replaced. So that is just what I want to start. Somebody saying no to you doesn't mean that oh you are bad, because one of the things that cause sadness is to sit down and be thinking that oh maybe I'm not better, maybe she found somebody that is better
worthless.
than me, maybe I'm short, maybe I'm too tall, maybe I'm too slim, or maybe I look fat, maybe I'm not even beautiful. So we begin to cast aspersion on ourselves, begin to say wrong things about ourselves, we begin to use wrong words and begin to turn ourselves down because a brother is saying no. Whereas somebody that God is preparing for you is even better. The brother that is saying no at this time, or may be better than the brother. so that we'll not be using comparison to determine who you say you want to settle with or who you don't want to settle. So let me allow the lady in the house to talk about that.
Okay. I think that in like Sister Ruth, that it's not a common experience, but I think it's not common because sisters were not as bold in time past. I think recently now women have become more bold and they can ask for what they want. But in time past, we're not bold enough to ask. But usually what happens is that you have an idea of, like, let's say in a fellowship now, you know the brother you like, and you try to read in between the lines for the actions of the brother as well. So most of the time, what I see happen in the past is that sisters continue to play along with the brother, expecting a proposal, expecting the brother to come for them. Like the way we have been very close, I know that very soon he's going to say it. He has just not said it. And when that expectation is cut, it can be it can be a very bad experience for them. Most sisters eventually feel rejected, and it is not a common talk because they will not be confident enough to usually go outside to start saying some, but some people still do it anyway, like, oh, this brother disappointed me, oh, this brother said he's engaged, this brother did that, and stuff like that. They felt rejected. So, and part of the reasons that I see for that, I know that my husband experienced had those kinds of experience where ladies were expecting him and the expectations were cut short. It appeared as if he rejected them, even when there was no proposal. Like some sisters will take it so personally. You want to ask them, when did I say that we are in a relationship? You just naturally assume a relationship. And sometimes I feel for those sisters because from the sisters' side, I hear sisters share such stories with me as well. And most of the time, what I always counsel sister is can't you can't take an assumption for a yes when a brother has never asked you out directly. No matter how close this brother is to you, you need to first of all start on a clean plate, which is clarifying the relationship. Some situations, like I remember that when I first met my husband now, it wasn't a form of like a proposal thing. We're fellowship people, friends, and things like that. And it was like a brother to me. We were very close. Like he can ask me to do some things for him, and so has some other brothers too. That we were very now. Usually, sisters take this closeness, and because this brother is the kind of person they also like, they take it for, I think something is happening in between us. And I he used to say that that brother is fencing the sister. Like they build a kind of fence around the sister.
Yeah.
And if the sister is not bold enough to talk about it, before you know it, even other brothers will be taking it to be that the sister is in a relationship with that brother when nothing has happened. And so when it eventually evolves that, oh, sorry, oh, I wasn't thinking of proposing to you, he becomes, oh, this brother disappointed me. And it's usually because those sisters played along for too long. So if a sister is in that situation and you are listening now, if a brother has not officially proposed to you, don't take it as if the brother is coming. No matter who this person is, no matter how holier they may be, no matter what conviction you think you have as a person, don't take it to be that, oh, this brother is coming for me. Because at the end of the day, if it doesn't happen, it can be very disappointing. With my husband, I had that conversation with him when we were very close, when we were becoming very close. And it wasn't only him, I had it with other brothers as well. Once I realized that, for example, now you and a brother, you are talking, you are close, you are friends, is beginning to talk about some things and using we, like we are going to really like that kind of thing, like as if we are special. Or they are just this. In fact, it's so bad that we ask the sister that, what about bro? And the sister at that instant, because of what they are convinced in their head about that they're doing for them, will not ask the brother any question. They will just smile like, yeah, fine. As if they think the brother is trying to communicate with them or sizing them up, like, don't go for any bro now. Instead instead of taking that to be an opportunity to
Ah,
clarify the relationship and ask clarifying
Just to
questions,
find the
they will still
relationship.
continue to play along. They'll continue to play along. And eventually it boomerangs into, like, I would say that it's very common, especially in fellowships in those days. Fellowships, because brothers, sisters, everybody continues to just play along, and eventually in the final year and says, "Oh, meet sister something. Oh, she's from University of Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah, we are like she's my fiance."
mm,
And the sister will be like, "Eh?" And some other things like that. So good situation actually, but um I will not say I fault the sister, but usually sisters don't take their stand off to be able to avoid such situations.
and I
Mm.
want to add that the Bible says Jesus said, "Be wise as serpents, as dove." And Jesus made other illustration about the children of this world. They are wiser in their generation. So the reason why I feel that kind of thing happens more among the is because even the children of the world, they are very direct. They are not playing the assumption.
Game.
I think something is good. No, very direct. They speak out their mind. But the brethren in code, we begin to assume. We will not speak out, and that affects relationship a lot when you are assuming or when you are over assuming. It affects a lot because it brings eventually. But being wise as serpent requires us to speak out and to make clarifications. In fact, that has led to different churches, different beginning to have marriage committee so that people can begin to approach the marriage committee that I'm thinking about this. Can you check? Because we have had situation where four sisters, one brother. Maybe the president is the person that God is showing them.
Mm.
And there has been situation that four brothers are saying one sister because of the virtue or something or the beauty that God is showing them. So it's becoming tussles even among the brethren. And like some people used to say that it's difficult to settle scotus when this one is claiming God said, one is claiming God said. Who are you going to fault? Are you going to say you did not hear from God? You heard from God. It's difficult to settle such. So, and situations like that has also usually come up when it comes to the situation of sisters too, that they will believe and they will be convinced that this is the brother, not say anything, and they will be waiting on the brother. Maybe the brother is very jovial. Maybe the brother is always visiting or always saying hi. Oh, okay, that is one side. Another scenario is some other brother that will take possession on another sister
Mm.
without being clear, without defining the
Mm. Mm.
you travel, you didn't tell me. What is happening? You need to tell me. You cannot just be doing that. Oh, are you okay? Do you have everything all right? They take the sister's life and they don't have any plan for the sister. And the sister continue to assume because he's taking over, he's always checking, he's always taking authority and that he has something in mind for me. Until later in the future, the sister will be disappointed that
Mhm.
he
And the
had
brother
been
will be like, "Ah, you are my sister."
exactly. I got feel like that before. That after several years, that the sister was like, maybe a pastor canceled the sister, go and ask the brother, and she asked the brother, and the brother was, I mean, yeah, you are my younger sister. Oh, I've always seen you like a younger sister. Oh, how are you even thinking about that? Don't allow that kind of. You should not entertain that. When the sister has been believing, so there have been things like that. We should always be very direct as children of God direct. It's not a sin to be direct. It's even to me a lot sinful not to be direct because it's going critical. When you can get behind the brother and you're telling other people that, oh, we're in a relationship, yeah, I believe he's coming, he's going to say something. But when you see the brother you cannot face, then something is wrong. You need to check it. But then today we are not even talking about more of that. We are talking about how should you react when you discover that this brother is not coming for me. This brother has gone to another person. Because we have seen reactions where some sister will say, "Oh no, that relation. Hmm, I know the God I serve. Hey, brother Lagbaja. Hey, he's going to another person. It will scatter. Hey, I know what God shows, how God talks to me." Sir and ma, please, if you have such sisters around, cancel them.
Mm.
Cancel them. God is an author of confusion,
Confusion.
and God does not make mistake.
Mm.
God does not make. Sometimes Bible says sometimes even the devil will disguise like the angel of light. Even as children of God, we can be deceived
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
that we think that it is God that is talking to us, and it is actually is a disguised voice. And sometimes we may be saying what we wanted to see, or we may be hearing what we wanted to hear, not what God is saying. If I believe God is telling me something, that I will get three pieces of something, red, blue, and white. The
Mm.
first thing I saw is green. Then I need to check what I think I heard again. Because green is not part of red, blue, and white. I doubt God. I don't need to doubt myself, but I need to recheck that God will not say something, and the Bible say every good and perfect gift come from above. James chapter 1 verse 7. Every good and perfect gift comes from God, in whom there is no shadow of turning, nothing cloudy. That it seems God said, and it seems God is not saying. No, please let's check. If I've been a friend to this sister and I believe that she is the will of God for me, and the sister said no, then I will wait on that the sister has said no. Is she saying no for now, or is she saying no forever? And I will hear God again if God is the one in the first
Mm.
time, in the first instance. And that is the way it should be. If you believe God spoke to you, brother is not forthcoming, then check with God again. But don't say that, I've seen it 3 years ago. Yes, I've seen him, and it is him. Change. No. Sometimes maybe what you see, you need to check again. And there are some people that have waited like that, maybe one in a million story or one in a thousand story, that have insisted like that. I know what I saw, and it have eventually happened for them. Closing the gap on that. But don't waste your life waiting and waiting. Some people will even get married. The brother will be married, have children, and this sister is still saying, it is the brother. I will still wait for him. It could be delusional. It could be, So, but we are talking about when you discover that a brother is coming for you, when it is what you are getting is a no, then clarify. When you clarify, move on. Another thing I want to add to it is don't allow bitterness to settle. Bitterness settles. If you allow bitterness to get hold of you, then it shows that something is wrong for you all the while. Something is wrong about you all the while. There is something wrong because you have taken it personal. You have been selfish about it. You have believed in your own way, and you want your own way to come to pass. So if other people are not falling into your own way, then you are embittered, you are angry, and you are looking for the brother's failure. You are looking at, oh, so he is going with that sister. We will see where they will go. We will see what will happen. And it will not last. If you are beginning to think like that, then you are not a child of God. You are not clean. There is something that is corrupt within you, and you need to check. We may be disappointed. We may have expectations. I want to get an admission to a university. I got a rejection letter. I feel sad. After some days, I moved on. I will not be thinking, oh, so the university preferred other candidates than I do. Then we will see where the university will land. The university will fail. The university will close up very soon. That should not be.
There's a
That should.
score.
You said,
There's a score in that situation.
yeah.
So
There are some situations that are not scores related. There are some people for maybe sometimes school that you don't even need to do any interview. So those things happen. You don't sit back and be watching for the failure of the other party. It shows that something is wrong ab initio. So we should always check when you get a rejection, or when you see that somebody is preferring another person above you. Take it as the will of God for your life. Take it that, oh, I don't have that expectation, is not forthcoming. It may be good. Every one of us has suffered pain in time past, but don't sit down under the yoke of that pain. Don't let that pain, don't let that disappointment take hold of your life. Be willing to release and let go. be willing to celebrate with the next sister that the brother is preferring. Some people will say, I will not even attend their wedding. They will go and fix up a program around that time because she's just mad. She's just feeling sad that this brother you prefer towards me. We have even had a case of a sister that was raining curses, that was raining serious curses. I was like, you are a child of God. She said, except I'm not serving God and things like that. So it is, yeah, very painful, but
Mm,
don't allow the pain and bitterness to get hold of you.
mm. Wow, thank
I
you very much for that, sir. Sir, we would like to want to check. We want to like re-strategize because we discover, yeah, we are not broadcast. It's not broadcasting to other channels. So we would like to maybe connect again. So to our
Okay.
viewers, kindly just a minute. Let's reconnect again so it can